So, I don't know why, but I think that we're forgetting something.
Oh? Like what? Who could that be?
Hey guys, I'm a pretty big fan of yours, and I had just noticed that you haven't reviewed any RPGs yet.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that was odd. Do you think there's any merit to reviewing an RPG?
I don't know.
What the hell now?
Hey there, guys. I'm just a guy who's walking by on account of I'm a big fan of yours, and I was hearing you talking about doing your next review, and I thought I should come in and weigh in on that and let you know that you should review an RPG next, okay? Bye now.
Bye. Okay, so I guess we need to review an RPG.
You know, that has to be the weirdest thing that's going to happen all night. What the heck? RPG now! We're reviewing an RPG! And locking the door. Okay, well, clearly, we're going to be doing an RPG.
Yeah.
That has been decided for us. That said, what RPG should we review?
Well, we have so many choices. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, what do you mean we have so many choices? I mean, how many RPGs do we really have?
Well, there's DC Adventures,
Okay.
Doctor Who, Adventures in Time,
Oh, that could be interesting with the TARDIS and everything.
the Dresden Files role-playing game,
Oh, okay. Harry Dresden, yeah. That's
Street
pretty-
Fighter,
Street Fighter. They made a role-playing game out of
yeah,
it?
Shadowrun,
Shadowrun. Oh, Shadowrun. That's freaking awesome.
Ninjas and Super Spies,
Ninjas and Super... That sounds amazing.
Kingdoms of Calamar,
Okay. Kingdoms of Calamar, yeah.
the Palladium fantasy setting,
The Palladium... Okay.
Mage the Awakening,
That's awesome. I always like the...
Vampire the Requiem,
Oh, okay, cool.
Geist,
That's interesting.
Promethean,
Awesome.
Robotech, Earth Dawn,
Oh, okay.
Heroes Unlimited,
I see that.
Changeling,
What? Where are you getting all of
Jerks.
these books?
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay,
What? What the heck?
D&D 2nd Edition,
This is... What?
D&D 3rd Edition,
Oh my gosh!
D&D 4th Edition.
Wait, what?
Could you hand me that pile of books right there?
What pile of books?
Right there. You're resting your foot on it.
I thought this was a stool. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, what is this?
Rifts.
Good Lord, man!
So, which one do we start with?
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh my gosh, this has to be practically every RPG ever made.
No, it's nowhere even close. I mean, we're still missing Aberrant, 7th Sea, Paranoia, Cyberpunk, Bliss Stage, Asonates, Bushido, Don't Rest Your Head, Jags, Call of Cthulhu, All Flesh Must Be Eaten, Exalted, Fudge, Conan the RPG, Amber, Lone Wolf, Cult, Chill, Incursion, Noir, Hollow Earth Expedition, Spycraft, Hero Quest, Gamma World. And if you don't want to play any of those, we can always go down to the hobby shop and get a new one.
What?! You know, with all of the various choices that lie before us, I'm really at a loss as to where we need to start with reviewing RPGs.
Well, RPGs have been around for a really long time. I mean, they started back in the 70s, and ever since then they've just been spawning out of control. So, I mean, unless you want to go back to the 70s and start categorizing them from there.
That's a great idea. Why don't we do that?
Because we can't travel through time.
Why not? I have my time machine right over here.
You have a time machine.
Yes, I have a time machine. Hang on. I mean, geez, what did you think this was?
I really didn't know it. It looked like just a random collection of parts.
Well, it's got the infinity coils right there. Geez, here. You can man the keyboard. I'll take the Nintendo controller. And, let's see. Oh. There we go.
So this is a time machine, huh?
Yeah, it's a time machine.
I guess I was just imagining a time machine to be like a weird cart or, I don't know, a telephone booth or a DeLorean or something.
That seems complicated, convoluted, and probably copyrighted. Also, our budget isn't that big.
Right, we had to spring for the low-quality time machine. So, how did you get a time machine in the first place?
Well, it's an interesting story. You see, the toaster was broken, And so last Halloween I was working on it while watching TV. And this TV show happened to come on that showed how to repair a toaster. And like halfway through the process, I'm like, oh, it's a time machine! There was more to the show, but once I had the time machine, I really didn't need a toaster. I mean, geez, I can just go back in time to sometime when I had toast.
Fair enough. So, well, let's do this thing. Let's go back in time. What do I have to do here?
Oh no, that part's just for show.
Jeez.
Alright, that wasn't so bad.
Where are we?
Readout says 1974.
Oh, okay, that explains the black and white.
No, it doesn't. They had color in 1974. What? Oh, right. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start, select. There we go.
Oh, okay. Hey, 1974 was when the first RPG, Dungeons & Dragons, came out.
Weren't there, like, two before it? Blackmore and Braunstein.
No. Those weren't actually published. Well, Braunstein wasn't published at all, and Blackmore wasn't actually published until 1975.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Now, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the black mark on gaming. You see, in 1979, James Dallas Egbert III disappeared from the Michigan State University campus. He went off to try and commit suicide in the steam tunnels, and for some reason it got linked to the game Dungeons & Dragons.
At the time, the 16-year-old child prodigy was struggling with depression, was under intense academic pressure from his parents, and was battling drug addiction. But, invariably, it was linked to Dungeons & Dragons, the harmless game that he happened to play in his spare time. 'Cause that's not stupid.
You know, they made a movie about it.
Okay, that is officially stupid.
It was starring Tom Hanks.
Is there a greater degree of stupid that I can go to demonstrate how stupid that is?
But aside from that, the late 70s were a great time for the hobby. Many other wonderful games such as Tunnels and Trolls, Bunnies and Burrows, Chivalry and Sorcery, and Villains and Vigilantes all came out at the time.
Tunnels and Trolls? Bunnies and Burrows? What, was the ampersand just invented and was considered fashionable at the time?
Well, no. With the success of Dungeons & Dragons, all of the other games were trying to emulate it as best as possible, including copying the naming methodology.
Well, this is very fascinating, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of cluttering going on just yet. So how about we take a step forward to the 1980s and see where all the cluttering really starts to happen.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Well, we seem to have hit a patch of turbulence, but I think everything came out just fine.
Yeah. So, where did we go again?
According to this, we are in the 1980s. It's generalizing the time due to the turbulence, but it's the... Well, actually the 1980s looks kind of crappy. I mean, how can we really confirm that we're in the 1980s?
Oh, there's a radio over there. Turn it on. See what's playing.
Alright. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Okay, fair enough. So, now that we're here and all, I think we should get started on sorting out this whole mess of role-playing stuff.
Sounds like a plan. The 1980s were considered the golden age of gaming by most. Many longtime players started in the 1980s, and many new systems just exploded out of nowhere.
That's really... Hang on a second. Huh. The time machine gave us a readout.
The time machine can give us a printout?
Yeah. Time machine... What? What did you think the keyboard was for? Just for show? Psh, you don't know anything. Anyway, it's a printout of all of the role-playing games that came out in the 1980s.
Wow.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of them. My goodness, it goes into some depth, let me tell you. But just as an overview, we've got Rollmaster, Dragon Quest, Space Opera, Fringeworthy, Lords of Creation, Palladium Fantasy Role-Playing Game, Powers and Perils, James Bond 007, Worlds of Wonder, Thieves World, Enterprise, Role-Play Game, and Star Trek. Is that even good grammar?
Do I look like I know?
You know, why was it that so many role-playing games came out in the 1980s?
Well, many gamers were actually dissatisfied with Dungeons and Dragons, and so wanted to experience something new, and they created their own systems and published them.
Huh. Well, that's really interesting, but it seems like the role-playing games are still in their infancy, even in the 1980s. So I think in order to get a better perspective on this, we're going to have to travel forward to the 1990s at least. So hang on just a second. Whoa. Whoa. Settle
Okay.
down.
Why do you keep landing normally and I keep getting tossed about?
I'm a wizard. I can do that sort of thing.
Screw you, man.
Anyway, according to the readout, 1990 saw a decline in the role-playing industry. What's up with that?
Well, despite 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons being very popular, console gaming, computer gaming, and collectible card games all competed for the attention of the same gamers. And so role-playing fell into a decline.
Okay, so wait, you're trying to tell me that console gaming and computer gaming overtook role-playing games and tabletop games of all kinds? I mean, seriously, how could that... Okay, I could see how that would be possible, but, how bad really was it?
Well, in 1997, TSR actually had to sell most of its properties to Wizards of the Coast.
Wait, seriously? But we still have D&D today, so how does that even work?
Well, to find out what happened with that, we have to go forward to the year 2000.
Hang on.
Oh god.
Whoa. Yeah, that one was a little rough.
Yeah. So when are we?
Sometime in the year 2000. Still on the fritz, kind of. But, yeah.
Well, that's great, because in the year 2000, Wizards of the Coast released the 3rd edition of Dungeons & Dragons. Combine that with the fact that online gamers could then release their systems for free to a whole new group of RPG enthusiasts, the hobby gained a really big resurgence in popularity.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess.
Hey, can that thing send us to any time?
Yeah, just about.
Hey, I got an idea.
Okay. That's a little precise, but...
Oh, this is going to be fun. Back before MMOs, online gaming, and the newest iteration of... That was awesome. Screw you, Paradox!
I don't think this is a good... Gosh dang it.
Oh, what now?
You again? I really hope he's not a solo monster.
I just wanted to talk to you